It's summer and it's my favorite time to barbecue. Today I'll be making a Sichuan beer can chicken, and it's definitely gonna have an Asian kick to it. Let's get grilling. Now we're gonna start with our dry rub. I have here is some Sichuan peppercorns. So I'm gonna use about a tablespoon to a tablespoon and a half, and I'm gonna grind it up with our grinder. And the reason why I'm doing this is because I want kind of like finer chunks in our dry rub. You don't want too big of a chunks because it's gonna fall off, so I wanted a little finer pieces. So what I'm doing is I'm breaking up the Sichuan peppercorn, and look, it's getting all over the place. I'm using a wood grinder to break up our Sichuan peppercorn, but I prefer using the marble grinder because it just breaks it down more finer. But I don't have a marble one yet. So we gotta put a little extra arm work in here. All right, we're finished and we broke down our Sichuan peppercorn. Voila. Now I'm going to add our lemon sea salt. Got 1 teaspoon of salt, just regular salt. You don't have to use anything fancy. Ginger, wow, this is going to give it an extra kick with the ginger. And 1 tablespoon of paprika. That's going to give it a nice sweetness. And that's it for our rub. All you have to do is give it a nice mix. And look at that pretty earth tone colors. Our dry rub is ready for our chicken. Today I'm going to use just a regular bird. You don't need to buy it organic unless you want to, but this is just a regular chicken that I got from my local grocery store. What I'm going to do is pat it dry. And the reason why I'm patting it dry is because I want my skin crispy. And not only that, it's going to be crispy and juicy. I mean, that's a perfect combination for a bird. Alright, so make sure you get this all nice and dry. Both sides, bottom and top. Alright, and it looks like it's pretty much dry. And now we're going to start with seasoning the inside of the bird so that it has some flavor also, not only on the outside, but also on the inside. So give that a generous amount of seasoning. Okay. All right, 1 more for the road. Why not? All right. So that's done. Now I'm going to brush the bird with olive oil. And this is going to help with the crispiness. It's also going to help our sauces, actually our dry rub, stick to our chicken. Let's go ahead and start brushing the bird. Now the bottom of the bird is all oiled up. I'm going to use our dry rub. Go ahead and generously pour a generous amount on the bird. Also, you can rub it in too. You're supposed to rub it in. It's a rub. Rub, dub, dub. Let's go ahead and turn this bird over. Wow. It's a heavy bird. Let's get the back of it. Now we're gonna rub our seasoning on the other side. I'm making a mess. But it's great because it's gonna taste oh so good. Make sure you get it all over this bird. Okay. All right, I'm gonna flip this over again and make sure I got all the spots. And what I want to do is, you see the wing here? I'm going to tuck it in so when we cook it, the wingtips don't burn. All right, make sure I got every part. And like I said, with the wingtips, you just want to tuck them in. I'm going to tuck this inside so they don't burn when we barbecue it. So it's tucked inside. It's all good to go. Put a little bit more seasoning. Our chicken's all seasoned up and ready to hit the grill. Let's go. Now we moved outside to the grill, and I got my favorite beer here. You don't have to use any special beer. You can use your favorite beer. I just use like a light beer since we're gonna put it on the grill and it's gonna actually be used to steam the chicken. So what I did is I opened up the top. I poured half in my favorite cup. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pour in some star anise and some cloves. And basically this is gonna give our beer some extra flavor that's gonna go into our chicken when it's on the grill, and it's gonna steam it up real nice. All right, here comes the bird. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna set it on top of the can, slide it on in. Uh-oh, hold on, this is gonna take a little work. All right. Opened the legs up wide and I slid it all down in there. So it's standing strong. There you go. And it's like a tripod. It sits on there real strong. And make sure it's not tipsy because we don't want it falling over. So it looks like it's on there pretty good. Standing strong. All right, let's get this guy ready for the grill. All right, my grill is nice and hot. You want to make sure your grill is at 375 degrees. I don't have the middle gas flame on, but I have the ones on the left and the right on. So I don't want to cook this in indirect heat. Okay, so I'm going to cook it I'm going to cook it in indirect heat so it doesn't burn up our bird. So let's put this baby on. All right, now we're going to place it in the center. There we go. It's not going nowhere. Not tipsy. Perfect. So we got this guy in the center. I'm gonna close this and let the heat do its work. All right, we got our chicken on the grill. It's gonna cook for 1 hour. And like I said, it's gonna have that Asian kick to it. So we got our Japanese beer, one of my favorite beers. And you can use a short can. You don't have to use a big can like me. And I'm gonna enjoy the rest of this beer while that bird is cooking. Did anyone tell you it's cold in San Francisco in the summertime? All right, it's been 1 hour and we're gonna check if our chicken is ready. Whoa, look at that juicy bird. The juices come out. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna check it with a thermometer and make sure it's about 165 degrees of temperature, and our bird should be ready. It's gonna stick it right here where the thigh is. Oh, it's crispy too. It looks like our bird has reached its cooking point. Now it's time to take this baby off and get to work. Ooh, hot. Let's see how crispy the chicken skin is. Oh, I hear that. Sure is crispy. It's time to chop this baby up. It's been sitting for about 10 minutes. So usually you need the chicken to rest for about 10 minutes so it can keep the juices in. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna chop it up. Ooh. Let's fix that skin. Right? Cut the chicken, you want to make sure that you cool it off for about 10 minutes so the juices stay in it. And my favorite part of the chicken is the dark meat. I like the thighs and the drumsticks, and not to mention, I love wings. So we have my favorite parts I like to eat. Okay, now it's time for the taste test. I'm excited. Nice and juicy. Please give out a try of this Sichuan beer can chicken. Make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to my channel, and make sure you check out my other videos. See you next time.